Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for the Convocation ceremony of the Asia School of Business 2026. This morning, we have three cohorts of graduates, namely the Executive Master of Business Administration, the Master of Business Administration, and the Master in Central Banking. A photography session is currently taking place in the atrium area with the graduates and dignitaries of the school. They will then make their way in the procession into this auditorium. You will be asked to be standing for the final segment of the procession and thereafter to remain standing for the national anthem Negaraku.
Here are some housekeeping announcements. Please put your mobile phones on silent mode. You may take videos and photograph, except that just to know that flash photography is not allowed. And please kindly remain seated throughout the convocation ceremony. You are now requested to pay close attention to the following safety briefing played on screen.
Welcome to the Asia School of Business campus. As part of our commitment to your safety and well-being, here are a few important reminders in case of an emergency in either the academic or residential buildings. If you hear the emergency alarm once, please stay calm and wait for further instructions. If you hear the emergency alarm twice, please evacuate the building immediately. The emergency exits for the ASB Academic Building are located in the middle and at the ends of the buildings near the elevators. There are two assembly points for the ASB Academic Main Building. The first point is on the north side of the building, in front of the main entrance. The second point is on the south side, near the ASB residence, by the front office in Block C. If you are seated in the Kazana National Auditorium, the exits are located at the sides and back of the hall. If you are on levels 2, 3, 4, or 5, always use the nearest staircase to come down to the first floor. Be on the lookout for the emergency signage at the following venues. First aid kits are located in the pantry on every level of the ASB Academic Building and at the front office for ASB residents. Please be mindful of our smoke-free environment. Smoking is not permitted inside the building. Thank you for your kind attention.
On behalf of Asia School of Business, we hope you have an enjoyable experience today. Thank you for your attention.
The world is changing fast, and business, it's not just about profits anymore, it's about purpose.
Ladies and gentlemen, the procession for the Asia School of Business Convocation will now begin. Announcing the entrance of the graduates of the Executive Master of Business Administration Program, EMBA 2026.
The graduates of the Master of Business Administration Program MBA 2026.
The graduates of the Master in Central Banking, MCB 2026. announcing the entrance of the academic procession.
The Board of Governors and the Board of Directors procession.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the main procession. Please remain standing for our national anthem, Negaraku. Dear guests, please take your seats.
Yang berbahagia, Tan Sri Dr. Seti Aziz, founding chair and co-chair of the Board of Governors, Asia School of Business. Professor Athanasios Orphanides, co-chair of the Board of Governors, Asia School of Business. Professor Joseph Cherian, President, Chief Executive Officer, Dean, and Distinguished Professor of the Asia School of Business. Chancellor Melissa Nobles, Chancellor and 1922 Professor of Political Science, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and the esteemed commencement speaker for today. Representative from embassies, ambassadors, the members of the President's Advisory Council, representative from corporate sponsors and central banks, members of the Board of Governors, members of the Board of Directors, faculty and officers of the school, members of the student bodies, Yang Bahagia Tan Sri, Puan Sri, Dato, Datin, distinguished guests, alumni of the Asia School of Business, ladies and gentlemen.
Di celah angsana meredup di hutan, awal bismillah pembuka bicara. Majlis Convocation kita meraikan kegemilangan penyeri acara. Salam sejahtera, selamat datang, good morning and welcome to the Asia School of Business Convocation Ceremony for Classes of 2026, that is the Executive Master of Business Administration 2026, the Master of Business Administration 2026, and the Master in Central Banking 2026 Convocation of the Asia School of Business. We are
Elif Amira
and Amira Akila, and it is our pleasant duty and privilege to be your guide to this morning's proceeding at this unique, trailblazing business school set up at the crossroads of Asia in 2015 by Bank Negara Malaysia in collaboration with MIT Sloan School of Management. We begin this morning's proceedings with a word of prayer. May I invite Mr. Shazali Zakaria, ASB's Academic Manager, to open today's auspicious proceedings with the Dua recitation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Distinguished guests, respected parents, esteemed lecturers, and cherished graduates. Before we commence our prayer, let us together recite Surah Al-Fatiha, seeking divine blessings, guidance, and gratitude from Allah Almighty. Al-Fatiha. All praise and gratitude belong to Allah, Lord of all the worlds. Peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family and his companions. Ya Rahman, we gather here today with humility and gratitude to celebrate the accomplishment of these graduates from the Asia School of Business. We seek your blessings for this convocation ceremony. Envelop this gathering with your divine presence and grace. Bless the organizers, the guests, and all those who have come to honor these graduates. We ask for your blessings upon the graduates, their families, and all those who have supported them on this journey. Ya Rahim, grant them the resilience to face challenges, the wisdom to make decisions with integrity, and the compassion to contribute positively to society. Bless their endeavors and hard work with success, and may their knowledge and skills benefit humanity, bringing honor to their families, communities, and nations. Ya Hadi, help them to be a beacon of light and positivity, upholding justice and righteousness, and embodying the values and principles they have learned at the Asia School of Business. Grant them good health, peace of mind, and the courage to pursue their dreams. Protect them from harm and guide them on a straight path. Ya Ghafar, we seek your forgiveness for our sins and shortcomings. Forgive the sins of these graduates, their parents, lecturers, and all those who have supported and guided them. Ya Kareem, bless our parents for their boundless love, support, and sacrifices. Reward our lecturers and mentors for their dedication, wisdom, and guidance. Ya Aziz, help us to honor and respect them and grant this ability to make them proud through our actions and achievement. Ya Mujib, accept our prayers and grant us success in this life and the hereafter. Amin, amin, ya Rabbana alameen. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Emas tempawan buatmu putri, busana indah buat rupawan. Sudilah Tuan tampilkan diri bersama madah kata ucapan. May I now invite the President, Chief Executive Dean and Distinguished Professor of ASB, Prof. Joseph Charin, to bid you all a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I'm Joe Cherian, and I'm the Dean. Want to welcome all of you warmly. I'm a slightly, as my students will say, I'm slightly unconventional president, so I'll do an unconventional speech, so be prepared. ASB Founding Chair, Tan Sri Zeti, Commencement Speaker, Chancellor Melissa Nobles, all the way from Boston, our distinguished guests, members of the ASB Board of Governors and Directors, Professor Athanasios, Co-Chair of our Board of Governors, colleagues from MIT, ASB faculty and staff, alumni, friends and families, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Good morning and welcome, everyone. So, yeah, tepu, tepu. So please holler, holler means shout when I call you out, okay? Executive Master of Business Administration. Master of Business Administration. Master in Central Banking. They're central bankers, so forgive them. They have to behave. That's the way I take attendance in class. Graduates, today is rightly a celebration of what you've achieved, but a convocation is also a commencement. You leave ASB with knowledge, networks, and credentials, but I hope also with something harder to teach, a sense of stewardship in the world you are inheriting in your careers and journey. Last year, I know many of you are not here, last year I spoke at some length about 3 challenges facing your generation. This year, I'm going to speak less and let the videos do the talking. So you see, have you ever been to a commencement where the president uses videos? This is ASB, we are unconventional. We'll talk about 3 important topics and the magical people who are making a difference in this world. I hope that they can be mentors. Some of them are sitting right here in this room, and I hope they can be a guide to us to how we want to live our lives. So please watch the screens, because what you see will be reflecting the 3 themes I talked about last year. And since we've not achieved that this year, obviously we have not achieved these challenges. The world seems to never be able to achieve these challenges or overcome these challenges. We're going to repeat it. The first is about peacemaking. We live in a world that is increasingly fractured by wars, politics, race, religion, ideology, and sometimes simply our unwillingness to listen. Peacemaking is not passivity. It takes courage to enter disagreement without becoming disagreeable, to seek truth and justice without losing empathy, and to build bridges when it is easier to build walls. Allow me to show you what peacemaking can look like. And for this, let me introduce you to a diminutive, really small friend of mine, who is a formidable Emmy Award-winning and Oscar-nominated filmmaker from Penang, Malaysia, a very own Malaysian who lives in New York City. And her name is Miss Po Si Ting. And I just want to show a video of what she's doing. And she's very busy. She would have done a speech for you all, but she's so busy going to Sundance and Tribeca Film Festival and so on. But I just want to show a clip of her video, and I'll ask my AV team to play it now.
Hi, my name is Po Si Ting. I'm the director of American Doctor, a documentary set to premiere at the 2026 Sundance Film Festival in the U.S. Documentary Competition section. American Doctor is a verite medical documentary about 3 American physicians. The film follows them as they try to keep their promise to their Palestinian colleagues and patients. The doctors have given me the courage and the language to engage. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to do it. It's been an honor and a privilege to learn from them, and I can't wait for audiences at the festival to meet them through our film.
So this is not a political statement. It could be in Ukraine, it could be Somalia, it could be anywhere. But I'm just saying, where there is peace or war or conflict, whether in the boardrooms, workplaces, communities, and perhaps even between nations, do not merely be the smartest chap in the room or person in the room. Be also the person who can lower the temperature, listen to your colleagues, listen to differences across the aisle, and help people find a way forward. We need it more than any time in our history. So I hope you will take Posi Teng's advice. As she apologizes, she can't be here in person because she's very busy promoting her movie, but it's people like her who make a difference to peace in the world. The second challenge needs even fewer words. Climate change, the environment. You took courses which actually talk about sustainability and sustainable finance and all the other stuff about mitigation and adaptation. Climate change, environmental degradation, and the loss of natural habitats are not someone else's problems. It's ours. And increasingly, they're businesses, finance, and leadership problems that have to be faced. We have inherited an extraordinary planet. The question is, what do we choose to hand on to our next generation? And I'm so happy to see so many children in next generation running around the atrium. Kids are always welcome at ASB. Let me introduce you to two Malaysians. I could have chosen Americans, sorry, or you know, other countries, but unfortunately the Malaysians are the ones standing out today, who have chosen to do something about the environment, specifically to protect our marine life, coral reefs, and seagrass. These are huge sequesters of carbon, and I heard about this Malaysian, who is a professor at University of Malaya, from a Singaporean. Can you believe it? Singaporeans know about her. We don't know about her. So I thought I'd feature her. Again, she's supposed to be here, but she couldn't be here because she's performing, I think, some gamelan. She's also a champion gamelan. She could have joined our gamelan group here. So she's a performing artist in the gamelan space and a professor of the environment at University of Malaya. So her name is Professor Gillian Ooi, and she's at the University of Malaya, and she's one of the world's leading scholars in seagrass conservation and restoration. And then I'll also feature our very own graduate, Miss Yo Shu-yi. Are you here? Thanks for your video. I hope it's not copyrighted. We're playing it freely today. So let's play it. Shashi and Shafiq, play it away.
I went to the University of Western Australia under an Australia Awards Endeavour Scholarship for my PhD in seagrass biogeography.
Well, seagrasses are really important because firstly, they are the lungs of the ocean. They produce all the oxygen that marine creatures living underwater require. But they've been declining worldwide. We think up to 7% is lost every year. So ever since I came back from Australia, I've always wanted to set up a series of monitoring sites in the seagrass meadows off the east coast of Peninsula Malaysia. I'd like to see local communities as well as marine park management consider seagrasses as important ecosystems in their own right.
Hi, I'm Shui from the Asia School of Business Executive MBA class of 2026. During weekends, I'm a scuba diver around the Peninsula East Coast. Climate change is at our doorstep. Year on year, I watch reefs go from color to rubble. And once all these structures are gone, coral has nothing left to hold on to. We decided to fabricate steel frames and deploy them off the Pulau Sibu in Johor and hope that coral reattach, fish return, shoreline holes, and the community live off these resources can keep their livelihood.
Shui, stand up and take another bow. Thank you for saving our coral reefs. You see, you learn about things in life by accident. Just at a conversation, this is something very important to me because you all who took my sustainable finance class knows about the way in which we're trying to finance a lot of these activities, our peatlands, our forests, our marine life, seagrass and coral reefs and so on. And then she told me, I do this as a weekend hobby. I said, whoa, we got to feature that. So let's all make a difference in this world. Stewardship is ultimately about leaving something in a better condition than we found it. This applies to a company, institution, a community, and the earth itself. So all graduates and everyone in the room, families, friends, parents, let's do something to protect our planet. The final one is about AI. We all know about AI, and we have some of the smartest people from MIT here talking about AI as well. That's what we talked about the last few days, how it's transforming schools, academic institutions, livelihoods, industry, leadership, the whole range. But I want to show a little bit about how AI can be used for good things and bad things. So I want to show you a video that is very special in the sense it talks about digital fluency and AI literacy, but in a very different context. The fact that ASB Exec Ed team proudly hosted a whole range of Director Generals from every government agency, from the Director General to the Chief Secretary of the government, the Attorney General, Auditor General, and they're auditing us, by the way, so it's good that they came here. Auditor General, the IGP, they were all here for 1.5 days learning about AI, digital transformation, fluency, and so on, taught by a faculty. And what they said, this is amazing. They were putting it on their Facebook. If you don't believe me, go to their Facebooks. They said that this is something they're going to take back to their ministries to actually transform the country, society, and policy making. That's amazing music to the ears. And already some of the ministries are approaching ASB to make that change, to transform their people on the digital front. That's what I call action learning, right, in the government side. But there is a catch. Technology can democratize opportunity or compound inequality. The Matthew effect I spoke about last year, you have to subscribe to the video from last year. It's called the Matthew effect. I'm not going to repeat what it means, but you can purchase it at the merchandise store at ASB. Got to push that too, Jim. It talks about how the AI savvy and privilege can get disproportionately smarter and richer. We see this now in Silicon Valley. Very, very rich people, right? While those without access, skills, or opportunity fall further behind. And this includes the low income, the disabled, and all these people who don't have access. But I stumbled on this video, which is so heartening, AI for Good video, straight from Yamaha Corporation in Japan, believe it or not. It could be any corporation, but I stumbled on this video, and I thought I'll play it for you. Play it again. Play it away, Sashi and Sharul. Go ahead.
ピアノ演奏簡単には僕したくはなくて、チャレンジしてクリアしてやったぜ、克服してやったぜっていう成功体験とか、自分がちゃんとやったっていうそういう自己高揚感をどんどん積み上げていって、とはやっぱり苦手はあるから、そこはテクノロジーで補うみたいなことができるといいし。
So, thank you. In the spirit of featuring our stars from the school, I asked 2 Japanese to come here. One is Reina Shishikura, who works in the Career Development Office, and the other, she's from Tokyo, and the other is our EMBA student graduating next year, Yu Hashi-san. Hashi-san is doing an exam upstairs. I don't know which professor set an exam, so she can't be here. You know, he didn't get the memo, I guess. And Reina is at a parent teacher's got a 7-year-old son, so she's at a parent-teacher association meeting, so she couldn't be here. So instead, as a substitute, I asked the Japanese ambassador to Malaysia, His Excellency Noriyuki Shikata-san, to represent, and please. Ambassador had to reschedule all his appointments. He's a very busy man. Many of the people in the holding room told me he's a very busy man. He rescheduled his appointments to be here and to be a part of this commencement. So thank you very much, Excellency. So let's get with the AI digital program. I'm sure the engineer is from MIT. Melissa, he must be a graduate of MIT, right? A person with a purpose, using AI for good. So let's make sure that we reduce the digital divide, include the forgotten, the lower income, the disabled, and so on, in the AI journey, and not just enrich the ones who are already privileged. We also have to use it responsibly, because AI is also being used irresponsibly, and we know of many instances of that case, for the benefit of society. Technology without inclusion simply creates a newer form of inequality. As leaders, graduates, your job is not only to keep up with AI's transformative change in the technological sense, but to make sure it benefits travel further than the privileged few. So bridge the digital divide. Finally, I'd like to thank our graduating EMBA 2026 student, Anson Tong. Stand up, take a bow. I gave him such raw footage, he put it into such beautiful form. Thank you, Anson, and your team for doing it. Don't you agree it's so well done? Very professional. He did it so quickly. So this is the quality of an EMBA. So if you want to graduate, please talk to them. If you want to hire anyone, please talk to them if they are still in the job market. So class of 2026, let's not forget, we are done with action learning projects, practicums, and all that stuff. Now we've got to, and capstones, the MCB students do capstones. Now we've got to make a difference in our daily lives when we go back to our various companies and institutions. So whether you're in Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Jakarta, Beijing, Tokyo, or New York, please make a difference in your own little way. I always thought I'm too minuscule to make a difference, but I now feel all of us can make a difference, whether in kind, cash, talent, contributions, and so on, and ensure that innovation and inclusion can coexist and that you do good while doing well. Once again, congratulations, class of 2026. Sorry, wrong year. Let me repeat that. Congratulations, class of 2026. Go forth, multiply, and make ASB proud.
Thank you, Prof. Joe, for being unconventional in the way you lead, challenge, and inspire, and paving the way for all of us here at ASB, especially our graduates here today, like to go out and achieve things both brilliantly, conventionally, and unconventionally. Dear guests, please bear with us for a moment as we make some technical adjustment, as you can see down here. Thank you for your patience. We'll be back in a second. Dear guests, we are privileged and honored today to hear from a distinguished scholar, educator, and academic leader. Our esteemed commencement speaker, Professor Melissa Nobles, is a Chancellor and Class of 1922 Professor of Political Science at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Professor Nobles has been a member of the MIT faculty since 1995 and has held several key leadership roles, including Head of the Department of Political Science and Dean of the School of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences. As Chancellor, she is one of MIT's most senior academic officers, overseeing student life and learning across more than 60 offices, dedicated to supporting students' academic success, well-being, and personal, also intellectual growth. A distinguished scholar, Professor Noble's teaching and research span racial and ethnic politics, transitional and restorative justice, nationalism, citizenship, historical reconciliation, and the politics of official apologies. Her work explores how societies confront injustice, understand their past, and imagine more equitable futures.
She is the author of Shades of Citizenship, Race and the Census in Modern Politics, and The Politics of Official Apologies, and co-editor of Inherited Responsibility and Historical Reconciliation in East Asia. Her current research on racial violence in the American South contributed to the creation of the Burnham Nobles Digital Archive, which documents more than 1,000 cases of racial homicides in the Jim Crow South. Professor Nobles holds a degree in history from Brown University and an MA and PhD in political science from Yale University. She has also served as vice president of the American Political Science Association and on the editorial boards of several leading academic journals. Professor Noble's distinguished career reflects a deep commitment to scholarship, education, leadership, and the role of institutions in building more just and inclusive societies. It is my honor and great pleasure to now invite Professor Melissa Nobles to deliver the Asia School of Business commencement address.
Wow, thank you very much for that very generous introduction. Good morning, everyone. Dr. Zetti, Professor Anastasios, President Joe, Board of Governors, Board of Directors, distinguished guests, and the graduating cohorts of EMBA 2026, MBA 2026, and MCB 2026. Congratulations. It is really a real honor and privilege to me to address you this happy morning. As you've heard from my biography, I've spent all of my professional career at MIT. First as a faculty member and a department head of political science, then as dean, and now as MIT's chancellor. Families and friends over the years have asked me both jokingly but respectfully when I would get a real job and come join them out in the real world. I've understood those sentiments. They are understandable because universities are viewed and often described as ivory towers, places that are shielded from the rough and tumble of the real world. And that's the point. Universities are guided by the proposition that distance and independence, free thought, is needed to conduct research, to ask hard questions, to capture the complexity of issues, and when possible, to provide answers. At the same time, the idea of the university as an ivory tower has always been a bit fictional, because universities, like all institutions, exist in larger social and political contexts, and they are expressly designed to respond to the challenges of human societies by advancing knowledge and educating the next generation of academic, government, scientific, artistic, and business leaders. That has certainly been my mission as an MIT professor, dean, and now as its chancellor. So when thinking about my remarks for this morning, I've reflected on what I've had to say, what I've said in the past, to MIT graduates over the past several years. As a political scientist, I sometimes come bearing troubling news, even as I remain deeply optimistic about humanity's resilience and beauty. But to state the obvious, the world is in a tumultuous state, from climate change, which are resulting in extreme weather events and follow-on agricultural disasters, as we've seen most recently, and human misery, to wars, to deeply rooted inequality and human health crisis, to name just a few. The challenges facing humanity are multiple and complex, but they are not without potential solutions if we organize ourselves and our institutions and rules to work towards developing solutions. And yet, as big and complex as our current issues are, AI technology appears to be even bigger, surely as complex, and connected to these very same issues. And as we would expect, people in all walks of life and from all regions of the world have a range of thoughts, questions, hopes, and concerns about AI. In general, advocates and critics of AI do not agree on much, but they do agree on one thing. AI is a singularly transformative technology that is changing human societies, economies, cultures, and governance in fundamental ways and in ways unique from all other prior technological revolutions. AI is unique precisely because it changes the nature of intelligence and our understanding of human agency. AI can make decisions, predictions, and teach itself autonomously, all without human oversight. Concerns about AI are many, and they are not limited to the technology itself, but also to the infrastructure and resources needed to support and power this technology. People worry our natural environments will be further degraded as huge data centers populate vast tracts of land, water sources are depleted in order to cool the computer processors, and enormous amounts of electricity are used to keep everything going. Others worry that workers will be displaced and left without an adequate means to live. And finally, that AI allows for more effective, even hidden human surveillance by governments and/or private actors, to name just a few of the concerns. Supporters, on the other hand, point to the breathtaking acceleration of research and new knowledge that is advancing scientific breakthroughs and fueling innovation in all fields and in directions that researchers, entrepreneurs, and firms could only dream about just a few years ago. For example, as many of you may know, AI has greatly advanced and enhanced the ability of researchers to design targeted vaccines for treatments of various cancers, for example, and also led to the discovery of whole new classes of antibiotics to treat drug-resistant superbugs. Advocates counter that many of the most complex problems, including climate change, human disease, and human poverty, can potentially be meaningfully diminished by the strategic deployment of AI, not simply, as critics would say, exacerbated by AI. Finally, they counter that AI can be used to increase human productivity while also allowing for remaking of how we work and of how we enjoy our free time. In my part of the world, that is, higher education, the excitement and concerns about AI are much closer to home. AI is requiring that we fundamentally rethink the very meaning and methods of education. MIT faculty and students are amazed by both the speed and the quality of AI output. Over the past 3 years, the quality of large language models has increased exponentially. AI can assist faculty in developing more interesting lectures and creating more challenging assignments. AI agents can act as individual tutors used by students and faculty alike to assist in learning. Individual AI tutors can assist individual students, adjusting the lessons to the student's learning style, to a pace that's most comfortable, and even to their own language. Many faculty in a wide range of disciplines are excitingly using AI tools to push their own research forward. But at the same time, both faculty and students are deeply concerned that students may not actually be learning, but they are instead letting AI do all of the work. You all aren't doing it. Basically, many uses of AI can deprive students of the opportunity to learn. And although the quality of AI is quite high, and it's getting better all of the time, it is not always correct. But more importantly, if as a student you don't learn how to think critically for yourself and don't truly understand the subject material and become dependent on AI, then what do you really know? And what does a degree mean if it wasn't earned by learning through friction, through actually doing the work? As you can see, there are neither simple nor final answers because we are at the beginning of the AI revolution. You know, all graduations are filled with a mix of excitement, happiness, ambition, curiosity, and uncertainty. Some of you joined the ASB community 16 months ago, that's the EMBAs, others 12 months ago. All of you with various work experiences, and now you're going back out into the real world with a new set of skills and confidence that you're ready to put to good use. And I've talked a lot about today how AI has talked about how society's economies, institutions, and cultures are to varying degrees being shaped by AI. You know this, and you are prepared to meet the opportunities and the challenges of this new AI economy. You are ready to meet the opportunities and challenges because this new AI economy and world requires more, not less, of your human agency. It requires an emphasis on critical thought, judgment, ethics, and human compassion. You nor me can afford to offload our thought and judgment to ChatGPT, or Claude, or whatever the next AI tool is. That is, we cannot offload our responsibility to exercise our own human agency of thought, reflection, and action. As you know, we are constantly learning from our peers, from our environment, from our communities, and from technology. And we gain confidence in our judgment through these experiences. But through it all, we are the agents of our lives. Now, you may well be saying, none of what I'm saying here, what are you saying? None of this is new. That is true. And in years past, and in graduations all the time, graduates are encouraged to apply what they have learned and to chart lives of their making and of their own imagination. The difference today is that we are and will be living with and working alongside a technology that simulates human intelligence, but it is not human. That, fortunately, remains our domain, and we must experience it as fully, as energetically, as creatively, and as compassionately and in community as we can. So before concluding, I'd like to make one clarification. I've talked a lot about AI and its pervasiveness. However, I'm mindful that the core elements of AI, from computing power to data to AI literacy, remain highly concentrated in a few countries, and within those countries, a few firms. The world's people are experiencing this technology in very different ways. The global AI divide, which Joe mentioned, is real. But as we also know, we are still in the early chapters of this AI story, and there are efforts, big and small, at local and national levels in countries all over the world to bridge this global AI divide. I here want to emphasize, as I said earlier, we must continue to focus on what makes us human in the midst of this profound technological change. And we must also include all of humanity as we do so. So in conclusion, graduates of ASB, the world, more than ever, needs your intellect, your talents, your passion, your energy, your skills, and your humanity. ASB has well prepared you to think critically and creatively. It has prepared you to put ideas into actions, and to work towards solutions. I am quite confident that you are ready for whatever may come your way. I wish all of you the best as you begin this next chapter in your life's journey. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations, graduates.
Thank you for so generously and engagingly sharing your insights and experiences in the world of academia and business, Professor Nobles. These words, I am sure, will be treasured by our newly minted EMBA, MBA, and MCB degree holders as they embark on careers of their own. And now, may I invite Yang Mabahagia Tan Sri Zeti to present a token of appreciation to Chancellor Nobles.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now begin with the conference segment of today's convocation. The conferment of academic degrees and MIT immersion program certificates. This will be done by the co-chairs of the Asia School of Business, Board of Governors Tan Sri Dr. Zeti Aziz, and by Professor Athanasios Orphanides, witnessed by Prof. Joseph Cherian and Chancellor Melissa Nobles. Please take your places, Tan Sri Dr. Zeti and Professor Orphanides. May I now call upon Mr. Jeffrey Zaini, Senior Director of Academic Programs, to present the class of Executive Master of Business Administration 2026 and Master of Business Administration 2026.
All right. Okay, I think I'll start. It's my privilege and honor to present to you the graduating Executive MBA class of 2026. Ahmad Salehuddin bin Muhammad Ramli. Ahmad Zulhelmi bin Zulkepli. Bui Tue Huang Vi. Chia Livan. Eugene Saw. Huang Yi Hong. Irdawati binti Muhammad Noor. Ivan Lai.
Izzat bin Muhammad Salihuddin. Jaifan Ira Kanyete Dizon. Ko Chi Hao. Lim Swang Fu. Long Zulkarnain bin Long Zainuddin. Muhammad Harith bin Azman. Muhammad Ashraf bin Muhammad Muhaidin. Muhammad Izzat Nazmi bin Abdul Rahim. Muhammad Awais Kadir. Nasrul Suhaimin bin Saifuddin. Nurain Zarataj binti Zulkifli. Kusai bin Gulam Ali. Rebecca Gan Chai Chi. Rosairi bin Othman. Sumeshini Subramaniam. Chris Tam Kin Shun. Anson Tung Wei Hao. Wan Zainaria binti Wan Awang Mahmud. Yeo Shu Yi. Congratulations to the graduating Executive MBA Class of 2026. It is now my privilege and honor to present to you the graduating MBA Class of 2026. Ahmad Fariz bin Ahmad Ashaidi. Aisha binti Abdul Razak. Aisha binti Mustafa Yahya. Amira Hanum binti Amin Arif. Angad Singh. Danny Chu. Eniza Fasiha binti Elias. Gaurav Malik. Hanim Salami binti Muhammad Saufi. Khan Yu Tan. Kim Jun Tae. Laura Victoria Delgado Valentin. Lim Yu Han. Liana binti Abdul Razak. Maria Luisa Ana Nicolas Arbilo. Malik Savon Booker. Mark Lim Kin Man. Mariam Adriana binti Helmi Isham. Muhammad Hud bin Muhammad. Nazatul Nabila binti Abdullah alias Rashid. Nguyen Tay Min Chow. Omar Radbawi. Priyanka Puri. Rudraksh Agarwal. Sean Morrison. Sheikh Mikhail bin Amir. Sharon Janaprakasam. Sushmita Datta. Vidi Walia. Zarina binti Rahim. Nurul Amalina binti C. Arifin. Congratulations to the graduating MBA class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey Zaini. May I now call upon Professor Ho Sui Jade, Associate Professor 2 of Economics, Associate Dean of Central Banking Group, to present the Master in Central Banking cohort.
It is my distinct honor to present to you the graduating Master in Central Banking class of 2026. Algalia Muhammad Al-Faraidi from the Saudi Central Bank. April Ray Dimayuga from Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Arzizal Ardi Imanu from Bank Indonesia. Azad Uskenbayev from the National Bank of Kazakhstan. Azad is unable to join us today, but we are pleased to recognize his achievement. Bandar Ghazan Al-Suwayan from Saudi Central Bank. Chan Rasmi Nip from the National Bank of Cambodia. Diki Prihandana Zakaria from Bank Indonesia. Dindar Hafian Wardani from Bank Indonesia. Falwa Abdullah Al-Shuwaibi from Saudi Central Bank. Jovinia Fatima do Nascimento Lebre Correa from Banco Central de Timor-Leste. Lim An Xiang from Bank Negara Malaysia. Nasir Tunayan Al-Shudayed from Saudi Central Bank. Nur Amalina binti Abdul Wahab from Bank Negara Malaysia. Nur Huwaida Fakria Damit from Brunei Darussalam Central Bank. Pablo Leandro Guala from Banco Central de la República Argentina. Rogerio Alves from Banco Central de Timor-Leste. Sarah Abdul Hamid Al Abdul Karim from Saudi Central Bank. Congratulations to the graduating Master in Central Banking class of 2026.
Thank you to our eminent co-chairs, Tan Sri Dr. Zeti and Professor Orphanides, and thank you as well, Professor Ho Sui Jade. Heartiest congratulations to all the new graduates. A big hand for all of them. Shabas and bravo! May the undoubtedly versatile and cutting-edge skills that the prestigious Asia School of Business MBA and MCB provide you with prove to be a wonderful stepping stone from which you can shine in the world and make a significant difference for the better. And now, let's give a big hand to the MND Gamelan Orchestra for providing such beautiful traditional musical accompaniment today. A uniquely Asian signature touch for ASB Convocations.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we have 4 categories of awards to be presented today. The Dean's Awards for Academic Outstanding Performance, Best Action Learning Awards for the MBA 26 and MBA 26 cohorts, Best Capstone Awards for the MCB 26 cohort, and the President's Leadership Awards. It gives us great pleasure to invite Mr. Jeffrey Zaini to announce the winners for the Dean's Awards for the Outstanding Academic Performance for MBA 26, MBA 26, and MCB 26, and announce the awards winner for Best Action Learning Awards for MBA 26, MBA 26. And may I invite the Dean himself to present the awards, Professor Joe.
All right, okay. Thank you. The Dean's Award recognizes the top students for exceptional academic performance in their respective programs. The Dean's Award and top students for Executive MBA 26 goes to two students who scored a perfect 4.0 CGPA. They are Muhammad Awais Kadir Rosairi bin Osman. We would also like to recognize students who have achieved outstanding academic performance, earning a CGPA that places them in the top 20% of the Executive MBA program. As I call your name, please stand so we can celebrate you. Alongside Kadir and Rosairi, our top 20% Executive MBA students are Long Zulkarnain bin Long Zainuddin, Nurain Zarataj binti Zulkifli, sorry. Yeah, just stand. Nurain Zarataj binti Zulkifli. And Izzat bin Muhammad Salihuddin. A heartfelt thank you and congratulations once again to our outstanding top 20% graduating Executive MBA students. So now, the Dean's Award and top student for the MBA 26 goes to Priyanka Puri. We would also like to recognize students who have achieved outstanding academic performance, earning a CGPA that places them in the top 20% of the MBA program. As I call your name, please stand so we can celebrate you. So alongside Priyanka, our top 20% MBA students are Kim Jun Tae, Mark Lim Kim Man, Rudraksh Agarwal, Maria Luisa Ana Nicolas Arbilo, and Omar Radawi. Congratulations again to our outstanding top 20% graduating MBA students. Now, the Dean's Award and top student for the Masters in Central Banking 2026 goes to Lim On Xiang. We would also like to recognize students who have achieved outstanding academic performance, earning a CGPA that places them in the top 20% of the Masters Central Banking program. As I call your name, please stand so we can celebrate you. Alongside On Xiang from Bank Negara Malaysia, Our top 20% MCB students are Pablo Leandro Guala, and Nur Amalina binti Abdul Wahab. Congratulations again to all the Executive MBA, MBA, and MCB recipients of the Dean's Award for Outstanding Academic Performance. Oh, is that action learning too? Yeah. All right, okay. I think it's Melissa doing the action learning? I don't know. Okay. If I can invite Chancellor Melissa Nobles to present the Action Learning Award. All right. So our next award is the ASB Action Learning Awards. Action learning is one of the most intense and immersive experience, a part of the ASB experience, requiring students to work on-site with host companies to identify real business challenges, assess them from multiple perspectives, and craft actionable solutions. This award celebrates teams who demonstrate exceptional curiosity, motivation, and leadership throughout this journey. For the Executive MBA program, the Action Learning Award goes to SRK Diamonds Project 3 for their practicum project, Communication Strategy to Amplify SRK's Philanthropic Impact. The team members are Nasrul Suhaimin bin Saifuddin. Please come onto the stage as a team. Please come on the stage. Izzat bin Muhammad Salihuddin. Nurain Zarataj binti Zulkifli. Rebecca Gan Chaichi. If I can invite the Action Learning team to come up on stage to receive your award and photographs. Yes. Congratulations. Okay, one more. All right. For the class of MBA 2026, the Action Learning Award goes to the Lost Food Project Remote Expansions Business Model. Team members include Aisha binti Mustafa Yahya, Amira Hanum binti Amin Arif, Sharon Janaprakasam, and Zarina binti Rahim. Congratulations to all the recipients of the ASB Action Learning Award.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey Zaini, and thank you, Chancellor Melissa Nobles. I am pleased to call upon Professor Ho Sui Jade to announce award winners for Best MCB Capstone Awards for MCB 26 and the President's Leadership Awards for EMBA 26, MBA 26, and MCB 26. I am pleased to invite to present Best MCB Capstone Awards and President Leadership Awards, all the way from MIT, the very distinguished and learned Chancellor Melissa Nobles.
The Capstone Project is a core part of the Master in Central Banking program. Throughout the year, each student takes a question relevant to central banking and develops it into a piece of applied research. The students have prepared posters summarizing their projects, which are displayed in the atrium, so please feel free to take a look and speak with them during lunch. On behalf of the faculty, I would first like to acknowledge the whole MCB class of 2026 for the body of work that they have produced. They have worked incredibly hard, and together their work offers a window into the range of issues central banks are grappling with today. So congratulations to each and every one of you. Now, within this body of work, 2 projects have been selected for this year's MCB Capstone Award. The first MCB Capstone Award goes to Diki Prihandana Zakaria of Bank Indonesia for his project, The Macro-Potential Easing Paradox, Has LTV Easing Revived Mortgage Credit in Indonesia? The second MCB Capstone Award goes to Lim Anxiang of Bank Negara Malaysia for her project, Lifeline or Long Shot, Predicting Persistence in Malaysia's Debt Management Program. Once again, congratulations to the recipients of the MCB Capstone Award. We now come to the final award of today for our graduating EMBA, MBA, and MCB classes, and it is now my honor to announce the recipients of the President's Leadership Award. This award recognizes students who have demonstrated exceptional service to the school and its community, while exemplifying extraordinary and transformative leadership qualities throughout their time at ASB. There will be 3 recipients, 1 from each graduating class. First, for the Executive Master of Business Administration class of 2026, the President's Leadership Award goes to Izzat bin Muhammad Salihuddin. Our next recipient is from the Masters of Business Administration class of 2026, and the President's Leadership Award goes to Nurul Amalina Che Arifin. Our final recipient is from the Masters in Central Banking class of 2026. The President's Leadership Award goes to Nuhoida Fakria Damit. Once again, congratulations to the recipients of the President's Leadership Award.
Thank you, Chancellor Nobles and Professor Ho Sui Jade, and thank you again, Professor Joseph Cherian and also Mr. Jeffrey Zaini. We now come to a much anticipated segment of today's program, the speeches by a student representative, each from the Executive MBA 2026, the MBA 2026, and the MCB 2026 cohorts. To deliver his message on behalf of the Executive Master of Business Administration cohort for 2026, I am delighted to invite to come up onto the stage Mr. Izzat bin Muhammad Salihuddin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. My cohort already told me to cut the speech short for the lunch. But anyway, Tan Sri Zeti, founder and co-chair of Asia School of Business, Dr. Nobles, Professor Anastasios, Professor Joe Chirian, Dean of Asia School of Business, distinguished faculty members, program office, sponsors, employers, colleagues, families, and friends, to my fellow graduates of MBA 2026 and MCB 2026, and especially to the people who made these past 2 years unforgettable, my EMBA class of 2026. Well, standing here today is actually a little dangerous because our class president, Hao, gave me one very clear instruction: stick to the script. And if you know Hao, you do not ignore his instructions, because this is the same man who somehow managed to submit an assignment before the assignment is even given. So today I will do my very best to make sure we are on track on time. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was preparing for today, after everything that we've been through together, I actually asked, what have we actually learned? Yes, we learned finance, strategy, leadership, operations, although if I'm being honest, some of us are still trying to figure those things out. But I think ASB taught us something else, something that was not written in any syllabus, something that was no exam for, and it may be the most important lesson of all. Early in our journey, Professor Sabri gave us a simple exercise. He handed each of us a post-it notes and asked one question: what are you afraid of? So we had just met. Most of us barely knew the person that was sitting next to us, yet there we were, writing down our biggest fears. But then when those notes went up on the wall, something changed. We stopped seeing job titles. We stopped seeing reputation, achievements, but we see people. We see people who were worried whether they were good enough. We see people who were afraid of failing, people trying to balance careers, families, and dreams, different backgrounds, different stories, but somehow all the same fears. Looking back, I didn't think Professor Sabri was only asking us what we feared. I think he was asking whether were we willing to let other people see who we really were. And for that moment, we stopped pretending that we had everything figured out. And perhaps that was where this journey really began. Then came the practicum. For those unfamiliar with practicum, imagine The Apprentice. Except hearing, you're fired, you hear your presentation starts in 5 minutes. So we work with real companies, real business problems, and very real deadlines. Everything about the practicum suggested that we should compete. protect our ideas, keep our best thinking to ourselves. But that was not what happened. We shared ideas, frameworks, context, experience. When one team was stuck, someone helped. We still wanted to win, of course we did. But we wanted to win at our best, against others at their best, not because someone else stumbled. Looking back, that was more than teamwork. That was leadership. Doing well yourself is admirable, but helping others to do well beside you is something truly special. Then came Boston at MIT. If there was one night that captured who this class really is, it was Hari Raya in Boston. And one day, How casually told me, "Izzat, you're hosting Raya." So simple, right? Except that we had no venue. So I invited everyone into my small hotel room for a potluck. More than 30 of us squeezed inside, bringing food, spouses, children, and enough laughter to make the room feel twice its size. People sat on chairs, on the floor, on the bed, perhaps on each other as well. But if anyone from the hotel had walked in, they probably would say we were breaking every fire safety rule imaginable. But nobody cared how small the room was, right? Because that night was never about the room. It is not the place that defines the people, it is the people that defines the place. And because of the people, in that room, a tiny hotel room in Boston became one of my favorite Raya celebrations ever. Thank you so much, family. And when I look back at all those experiences, I began to notice a pattern. Each experience taught us something different, yes, but somehow they were all pointing towards the same lesson. At that time, I just did not know what the lesson was. Perhaps none of us did. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this journey was not made only of beautiful moments. There were deadlines, endless pre-reads, assignments, work commitments, family responsibilities, and life did not pause simply because we were doing an EMBA. Some changed jobs, some started businesses, some welcomed new babies. People obviously mistaken stress as an indicator of productivity. Stress produces more babies. And some carried struggles that very few people know about. There were days when many of us wondered, can I really keep doing this? I know I did. There was a period when from the outside everything looked normal, I looked cool, but I came to class, I smiled, but inside I was struggling. What helped me was not another framework, it was people, a message, a conversation, someone asking, how are you, and actually meaning it. Sometimes the most important thing we can do for someone may look very small, but to that person, it can mean everything. Somewhere along the journey, we became people who looked out for one another. We saw it in the small moments, in the patience we had with Long, who may still be in the wrong auditorium because he did not check his email. Luckily, you're here, Long. In the way we cheered for Ain's new role as if her success belonged to all of us. We'll send you our CV soon. In the way we celebrated Rosari's and Kadir's 4.0 as if their achievements is ours as well. And in Sumech, who managed work, assignments, and life as if she had discovered an extra hour in every day. And these are only a few examples. I could tell a whole story about every person in the cohort. And then there was Bron, or Nasrul, Nasrul, yeah? If Bron rose you, congratulations, you are officially family. Yeah. He made us laugh when we needed it the most, and somehow every joke brought us closer. And when I look around at this hall, I do not only see classmates. I see people who celebrated one another, people who picked one another up, people who helped even when they were carrying struggles of their own. We may be the one wearing the graduation gowns today, but these achievements belongs to many more people than those sitting here on the chairs and on the stage as well. To our professors and the program office, thank you. Thank you for challenging us, guiding us, and making the impossible look effortless. We know it wasn't. Professor Joe, thank you for teaching us portfolio management while managing an entire business school at the same time. That was actually a portfolio management lesson itself. To our sponsors, thank you so much for investing in us, not only in our education, but in the leaders we could become. To our employers and colleagues, thank you for your trust. Thank you for giving us the time to attend classes, complete projects, and disappear for practicums. Thank you for carrying more when we were away, and thank you for still welcoming us back on Monday morning. This achievement belongs to you too. So to our families, whether you are here or you're watching live at home, thank you so much. It is from our families that we actually drew strength, inspiration, and motivation to keep going when things are difficult. To my wife, Shaza, thank you for believing in me, especially when I struggled to believe in myself. To my mom as well, who is in the hall, in red, can't stop recording their mom. To my son, Hamza, Daddy is done, at least for now. I hope one day you will understand that the weekends I missed were also meant to show you something, that learning never stops. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was 15, my father asked me a question that has stayed with me for more than 20 years. You can guess my age by then. He asked, if you died today, what would people write about you tomorrow? At 15, I had no answer. Today, I am still not sure if there's a perfect one, but I know what I hope. I hope they remember that I love my family well, that I helped make someone's journey a little easier, that because I was there, someone felt seen, someone felt supported, someone felt stronger. And perhaps this is what ASB has been teaching us all along. Not through one class, not through one professor, not through one assignment, but through people. Through every experience, through every challenge, and through every friendship. It is good to rise, but it is even greater to help others to rise with us. Perhaps that is what real strength looks like. Strength is not about standing above others. Strength is not carrying everything alone, but strength is about becoming better without forgetting the people beside us. It is using what we have learned to help others move forward too. Every person in this hall is here because somebody believed in them. A parent, a spouse, a friend, a lecturer, a colleague, a classmate. Someone reminded us that we were capable when we had forgotten it ourselves. Now it is our turn. Let us make someone else's journey a little easier. Open a door, share what we know, encourage someone who is struggling, celebrate another person's success, help someone believe in themselves again. Pay it forward. Years from now, we may not remember every financial model, regression analysis, or late-night presentation, but we will remember the people. We will remember how they make us feel. We will remember who sat beside us when life becomes difficult. We will remember who believed in us before we believed in ourselves. And long after today's certificates have yellowed with age, I hope people will not remember us only because we earned an ember. I hope they remember us because wherever we went, someone else's life became better because we were there. That is strength, and that is how we pay it forward. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you so much. My name is thank you.
Thank you, Isa, for the inspiring and very heartwarming message.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now to present another message. On behalf of Master of Business Administration Cohort 2026, it gives us great pleasure to invite Ms. Hanim Salami binti Muhammad Saupi.
Assalamualaikum and very good day to everyone. So I'm not going to mind the time because I've been preparing for the past 1 month. So please bear with me. Yang berbahagia, Tan Sri Dr. Deti Atta Aziz, Professor Joe Cherian, distinguished guests, faculty members, families, friends, sponsors, and most importantly, the graduating class MBA 26. Before I begin, I would like to thank my MBA classmate for giving me the trust to speak on their behalf today. It is truly an honor. So everyone, today is my 4th graduation. So please allow me to tell 4 stories. I promise they will make sense at the end, and if they do not, perhaps they will by your 4th degree, just like me. So once upon a time, I wanted to study tourism. My parents are the most supportive parents in the world. After all, I have traveled more than 32 countries. Yet, they decided that instead of having a bright future at Tourism Malaysia, I should pursue a degree in chemistry. Like many Asian children, I accepted my fate. Looking back, I realized they gave me something far more valuable than the degree itself. Education has a funny way of opening doors to you that you never expected. One of those appeared when a lecturer encouraged me to pursue a master's degree. After surviving chemistry, I had somehow developed an appetite to doing hard things. So instead of taking the usual coursework route, I chose to write research thesis. People say the second time should be never worse than the first. Well, after the 2 years of research, I concluded they were wrong. But the experience changed the way I observe the world, question assumptions, and search for answers. As Francis Bacon once said, knowledge is power. So that mindset led me to my 3rd degree. I decided that if I wanted to pursue the highest level of education, I wanted to do it under the most challenging conditions. I was accepted into one of the UK's top universities. I knew it would not be a walk in the park, but at least I could do it near the Hyde Park. I graduated in the same hall where Siti Nurhaliza and the Beatles once performed. And more importantly, I left with a worldwide view much bigger than one I arrived with. Then life surprised me again. Most people expected me to become a lecturer, a researcher, or a chemist. Instead, I discovered that my passion was not inside the lab, but with people. I volunteered during the COVID vaccination program, where I learned what leadership looked like under pressure. Later, I helped a group of young entrepreneurs building the Lorong Belakang Cyberjaya. And looking back, what seemed like a series of side quests all pointed to me to the same direction, the Asia School of Business. So people often ask why I decided to pursue yet another degree. Well, ASB is one of the top business schools in Asia, so this was never about collecting another certificate. So it was about preparing for the next chapter, and after I have been through, I have finally discovered something remarkable. Apparently, earning an MBA is not that difficult. You just need to attend classes, submit assignments, survive examinations and presentations, eat all the free food they gave, and eventually they will let you graduate. So my cohort and I are the living proof. And of course, there are some small challenges. So there are the 9 a.m. classes. If you are late, here's a tip. Blame the KL traffic, even though you live next door at the residence. So then come the assignments, presentations, and group projects. Somewhere between the deadlines and lack of sleep and coffee, we realized that we were learning far more than what was written in the syllabus. So there was also class participation. For some of us, it became a competitive sport. The microphone gradually stopped feeling like the classroom equipment and started to feeling like personal properties. For the rest of us, the very existence of class participation felt like a personal attack. We mastered the ancient art of avoiding eye contact while hoping that the remaining perfectly still would somehow make us invisible. This sounds familiar to me. So in the end, every assignment was completed, every presentation delivered, and every challenge became another lesson. So none of this would have been possible without our professors, academic managers, CDO, Action Learning Team, Mindset Lab, Program Office, SSW, ASB Hive, and everyone working behind the scenes. So thank you for believing in us and helping us grow. So our classroom was never limited to ASB. this MBA gave us opportunities to travel, experience different cultures, and learn from business and educators around the world. There were so many opportunities to travel. At some point, MIT took on a completely different meaning. It became master in traveling. So those experiences reminded us what truly it means to have global minds with local hearts. So speaking of journeys, let me tell you about the odyssey of ASB MBA class of 2026. So the admissions team brought together 32 people with different nationalities, personalities, ambitions, and experiences. As a trained chemist, I probably should have realized that placing 32 highly reactive individuals in one classroom for a year would have produced an interesting reaction. So ASB may call it as a cohort development, but for me, it feels like an experiment with questionable safety controls. We are like a ticking bomb trapped inside a high-pressure vessel, and after 1 year together, I only reached to one scientific conclusion. We are unhinged. So it started with a few people, became highly contagious, and eventually spread to everyone. Perhaps that is what exactly made this cohort so special. Within this wonderfully diverse cohort, every one of us found people who made the journey lighter. We found friends who listened when we need to complain, who shared our anxieties before presentations and examinations, reminded us that we were more capable than we believed, and also stayed beside us when everything felt overwhelming. They also showed us that some of the greatest lessons are not taught only by the professors, but also by the people sitting beside us. Those friendships carries us through this year. Our journey began with 32 students, but only 31 of us are graduating today. Our classmate Vlad could not complete this journey because of circumstances beyond his control. We hope for the better future where everyone can pursue an education without unnecessary restrictions, because there should be never limitations on the pursuit of knowledge. But I think I may counted incorrectly. So during this program, our cohort was blessed with 2 bundles of joys. One has already entered the world, while another one is expected next month, inshallah. So I think they both deserve honorary MBA for attending lectures and surviving every deliverables before they were even born. So as we celebrated today, we also recognize that life outside ASB has never stopped. Our families celebrated milestones, overcame challenges, and made sacrifices along us. Some of us experienced moments of great joy, while others quietly carried heavy burdens. To those classmates, we admire your resilience. To our parents, families, friends, sponsors, and everyone who stood behind us, thank you. This achievement belongs to you as much as it belongs to us. Personally, I would like to thank my ma and ayah, my siblings, my family who are always questioning my decisions. So my family who always questioning my decisions while somehow continuing to support every one of them. Special shout out to my niece and my nephews who are always trying to compete with me using their kindergarten trophies. I won. I also would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Star Education Fund for making this MBA possible. To our friends in the MBA class of 2026 as well as MCB class of 2027, thank you for sharing this journey with us. And most importantly, to my beloved class, MBA class of 2026. So earlier, I quoted Francis Bacon, who said, knowledge is power. Now, I would like to add one more thought. Knowledge only becomes meaningful when you choose it to make a difference. So lead with integrity, share generously, create opportunities for others, and leave every place better than you found it. Finally, I would like to leave you with the word of the greatest philosopher and poet, Calvin Cardoza Brothers Jr., or we all known him as Snoop Dogg. Keep pushing, keep winning, and remember, it's always the underdog who ends up the game, running the game. Trust me, that's why I'm standing here. So congratulations, ASB MBA class of 26. May this not be our last graduation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if Izzat's speech made us a little teary and Hanun's speech made us laugh, I think at this point we would welcome more emotions on the stage. So now on to the last one. Certainly, last but certainly not least, to present her message on behalf of the Master in Central Banking, Cohort 2026, I'm very much pleased to invite onto the stage Ms. Nuhaida Fakria Damit.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dr. Zeti Aziz, Founding Chair, Co-Chair Board of Governors, Asia School of Business and former Governor of Bank Negara Malaysia. Professor Athanasios Ofanides, Co-Chair Board of Governors, Asia School of Business, former Governor of the Central Bank of Cyprus, and Professor of the Practice of Global Economics and Management at MIT Sloan. Professor Joseph Cherian, President, Chief Executive Officer, Dean, and Distinguished Professor of Asia School of Business. Chancellor Melissa Nobles, our Honorable Commencement Speaker, Chancellor and Class of 1922 Professor of Political Science at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Board of Directors, Board of Governors, esteemed faculty and program officers, honored guests, families, and my fellow graduates. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A few months ago in Boston, some of us bought tickets to watch the Boston Bruins play at the TD Garden. We were excited, not only because we get to watch a hockey game for the first time, but also because we got the tickets cheap. There was a reason they were cheap. The Bruins weren't even in Boston that night. We had bought tickets to a regional college championship. That's why it was cheap. And we only worked that out 2 hours before the game. And you know what? We went anyway. We cheered for players whose names we did not know. For a college none of us attended, we had to Google then and there at TD Garden. And we had one of the best nights of the whole year. I've thought about that night a lot. It's the truest thing I can tell you about our class. We signed up for one thing and kept getting something better. Let me tell you what our year actually looked like, because our transcript doesn't. When I applied to this program, I told myself I want to learn as much as I could. What I did not tell anyone then was that when the acceptance and approval came through, I was scared. I would have to leave my work in Brunei, leave my family, leave a life I was comfortable with. I was not so sure I could do this. It turns out none of us could do it alone. That was the point. 17 of us from 9 different countries, and not one of us could got through it solo. Picture us in the ASB residence study room, Block A. I'm sure some of you have seen us there at midnight. Our favorite software has crashed again. The same error for the 9th time. Someone's laptop has also given up. But something happened in those weeks. We started teaching each other with patience. And when the deadline was close enough, with noticeably less patience, those strong in statistics carried the rest of us. Those who could write carried them back. We learned to trust people trained very differently from us, which is the entire job we're all walking into. It wasn't only academic. When someone ran out of eggs or instant noodles, someone always had extra to give. When one of us sprained her ankle because we are extremely competitive on the badminton court, the friends who took her to the hospital went straight from the game, smelly, sweaty, and not caring in the slightest. And some of it went far deeper. One of us became a father for the first time during the year and was away from his family. We celebrated with him in Washington, D.C. And when someone had a family member in hospital back home, or was grieving, and was still trying to submit assignments, we were there. Sometimes with help, sometimes with silence, sometimes with tears none of us mentioned the next day. That is the part our transcript will not record. And it is the part I will always keep. We gave things up to be here. Careers paused, salaries, time with the people we love who are sitting in this hall right now. Every graduate here in every program knows that cost. And the people who carried you are watching you today. So thank you. First, to Dr. Zeti Aziz, who imagined the Master in Central Banking before any of us knew we needed it. You built the first degree of its kind so that central bankers from major and emerging economies could sit in one room and learn from each other. Dr. Zeti, we are what your idea looks like. We hope we have done it justice. To our faculty, who relentlessly challenged and built us, to the staff and officers of ASB and MIT Sloan, I see you, Elizabeth, who held everything together for us. I know we're not an easy bunch. To our employers who let us go and trusted us to come back better. To our families who carried more so we could be here. And to my MCB classmates and the MBA and MBA graduates we shared these months with, thank you for the friendships that will outlast any transcript. Ladies and gentlemen, this program taught me 3 things I did not come here to learn. First, what you plan for is almost never what you get. And that is not a failure. That is the point. Second, nothing worth doing happens alone. Whoever knew it, taught it. Whoever had it, gave it. And nobody kept score, except maybe in badminton. Third, like what Izzat earlier said, you might forget half the models you learned here, but you won't forget the people who got you through them. Today, we walk out to different countries, different institutions, different work. Central bankers, policy makers, business leaders, builders of things that don't exist yet. We came to earn a degree. We're getting it, and we're also leaving with each other. We're good at showing up for one thing and finding more than we came for. We did it at the hockey game, and over the year that asked everything of us. And we'll keep doing it for the rest of our lives. MIT's motto is 2 words, mens et manus, mind and hand. ASB taught us there's a third, heart. The mind we sharpened in the classroom. The hand we'll put to work out there. And the heart was what we showed each other. Class of 2026, mind, hand, and heart. Congratulations.
Amira and I are not personally part of any of the cohorts, but I think we're probably the most emotional in the hall today. Thank you so much, Ms. Nurhaida. On to you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are now coming to the end of today's landmark ceremony. May I call upon Professor Joseph Sherian, President, CEO, Dean, and Distinguished Professor of the Asia School of Business to present his closing remarks.
I told you I shall return, and I'm here. What wonderful speeches by our student representatives. Dr. Hanim, Izzat, and Nuhaida. Please keep in touch for next year's commencement speech. I need your help, okay? Very good speeches. Thank you very much, Chancellor Melissa Nobles, for your wonderful speech. Inspirational. And the first time I met her, I said in MIT, when actually I joined you guys in May. Remember, I joined you for 4 days. And must thank Elizabeth as well, and Daryl from the Graduate Programs Office. They treat our students not as a duty, but with so much love and care. Thank you, Elizabeth, and also Daryl from MIT Sloan. When I first met Melissa, in her office, and I just spoke for about 45 minutes. We spoke, and I said to myself, she's going to be our commencement speaker. I said, we have to get her here. And long story short, she agreed to come. And she also brought her husband, Fritz. Sorry for identifying you. There we go, Fritz. Thank you. We know the saying, behind every successful woman, there's a husband. Yeah. I want to thank our ASB colleagues, the faculty, academic managers, they're all sitting in front here, program officers, the exec ed team, research and administrative staff, everyone who makes ASB so special. Many of us came to KL to join ASB because it's special. We mean it from the bottom of our heart. We've got some of the best faculty, some of the best researchers and staff here, and they have the motto, Melati, remind me? Say again? Global Inquiry, Local Heart. I know it by heart. The problem is I'm nervous, that's why. Thank you, Melati. Global Inquiry, Local Heart. Very relevant to what we do around here. A special thank you to the entire Convocation production team, the committee who worked very hard day and night, quietly behind the scenes. Doesn't it feel like the Oscars to you? Huh? Oscars? Yeah. Well, wait for the after party. It's more fun. A big thank you also to someone who selflessly built ASB, Tan Sri Dr. Zeti Aziz. Her work ethic and her extraordinary vision is exemplary. We all take inspiration from her. I can speak this for everyone at ASB and including MIT. Thank you, Dr. Zeti. Third, I want to thank all the generous donors, sponsors, and scholarship providers. Your personal and institutional selflessness in giving back makes educational institutes like ASB and MIT, who also is supported a lot by generous donations. It makes our stakeholders, its graduates, what it is today. This includes ASB and the graduating class of 2026. I'm just going to call out a few of our benefactors, and if you're around, just raise your hand. First, I'd like to thank Yayasan Sultan Iskandar Johor. I don't think Tengku Kamaria was supposed to be here, but Tan Sri Zeti is a member of the Yayasan. Thank you for sponsoring our scholarships here. We also want to thank YTL Foundation. Datuk Yo Sumin is here. Where's Datuk Yo? Oh, went to the rest. Okay, she's here. Believe me, she's here. She probably took a break. Malayan Banking, Petronas, Ventris Energy, Zairine Idris, and Norhulda Aziz. Are you here? Oh, very good. Thank you so much. Malaysian Diagnostics Corp, Chia Lam Kwan. Oh, thank you. Fu Hong Securities, the multi-dimensional company headed by Albert Ting, who is here. He also stepped out, okay. Albert not just has contributor of the school, but he also hosts our action learning teams. He hosts our staff and faculty when they visit Ho Chi Minh City, as well as sends EMBA students to ASB. Thank you, Albert. He's around, don't worry. We also want to thank Yayasan Saim Dabi, Yayasan Dayadiri, Bumi Armada, Shnai. Yeah, there's our recipients clapping very loudly. We are very, very grateful to all of you. Schneider Electric, Green Yield Berhad, Bank Negara Malaysia, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, MTCP. I believe Ambassador Nur Azman is in the room. There we go, Ambassador, thank you. Banco Central de la Argentina, I believe Augustine Tocasi and Her Excellency Ambassador Marta Laura Gabrielani are here. Well, thank you. Thank you, Ambassador. The Central Bank of Philippines, Deputy Governor Lynn Javier and Inigo Regalado. Where are you here? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Governor. Saudi Central Bank, Samas Ahmad Al-Barmay Amar and Faisal Kayat. Are you here? They are in the room somewhere. Okay. Corporate Innovations Works, Peter Wee. There we go, Peter. Thank you, Peter. And Peter is another person who does a lot of work at ASB, apart from being part of this benefactor. And many more others who I may not have mentioned, but thank you all very much. Let's clap. And later, recipients can meet your benefactors and thank them personally as well. Fourth, I want to thank every family member, partner, relative, well-wisher, and colleague of our graduates here today, simply because you care deeply for someone who's graduating today. It truly takes a village to build not just a great school, but a great society. Our commencement speakers, or rather convocation speakers, mentioned about how important their family and support has been to their own journey. May I ask families, friends, partners to raise your hand so we can acknowledge you? Whoa, very good. And we also have an overflow crowd in another room, so you can raise your hand and we acknowledge you as well in the room next door, yes. It's so popular, our commencement, we don't have enough seats. But we'll build a bigger auditorium, don't worry. Right, Tan Sri? Okay, so, and finally, let me close by shamelessly quoting our infamous and beloved faculty chair, Professor Michael Fries. Raise your hand. He's just gotten back from his research activities in Germany. He's back with us. And he said, you must tell this to a class of 2026. So I'm going to quote him. He thought I was joking when I said I'm going to quote him, you know. So here's what he said, class of 2026, it's also important to learn meta skills. As in, for example, being able to proactively develop your career, have a keen interest in learning new things, and being able to change your skill set, i.e. upskill and do continuous learning. He's promoting his classes, of course. And to be on the forefront of thinking, especially critical thinking. That's from Professor Michael Fries. Thank you. Class of EMBA, MBA, and MCB 2026, please rise. We'd like to congratulate and applaud you. Thank you. Thank you all very much for being here today. May I and have a good day. I'll hand it back to our MCs. Thank you. Thank you.
Tenang-tenang air di kali, tempat mandian putra-putri. Sempurna sudah majlis dirai, para graduan ASB, tiba masa untuk berbakti. Thank you, Professor Joseph Cherian, and once again, may we,
Elif Amira
and Amira Akila, bid you all the heartiest of congratulations and shabas to all the new Executive Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, and Master in Central Banking graduates of the Asia School of Business. It has been a pleasure being your guide today. It is time to process out of the auditorium, take photographs, and celebrate over lunch with family and friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding. I invite the mace bearer to lead the main procession for today's Asia School of Business convocation out of this beautiful Khazanah auditorium. To begin, our respected dignitaries on the stage, please lead the way with mace bearer. The Board of Governors and Board of Directors may now depart the auditorium. The faculty and the officers of the school may now depart the auditorium.
The newly minted Executive Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, and Master in Central Banking graduates, you may head out to the ceremonial entrance for photography. All guests are now invited to head out of the auditorium and to luncheon in the atrium area. We wish you all a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for being with us.